Right then guys, so we're on the cusp of our first auction of 2025. I just thought I'd take you around a few that have just caught my eye. First one, I walk straight towards the Defender. Love or hate them, they just get under your skin. I'll have to admit I've got a few Land Rovers. We've probably got half a dozen Land Rovers, Defenders, obviously. And yeah, a bit of a sucker for a nice Defender. And what a nice Defender that is, isn't it? Doesn't that look the part? That really does look the part. That suits the colour scheme, the black, the white, everything. Unusual with a canvas top. Yeah, I like that. That's not too much. That's nice, is that? And if the canvas thing isn't your bag, they're like a great big Meccano set, so you can just bolt a top on there. So that's definitely the Defender. TDI, can't go wrong with a TDI. Yeah, TDI, brilliant engine. So there you go. So that's caught my eye for sure. There was one other four-wheel drive. It's over in the corner here. So a little bit smaller than your average Land Rover, but this is probably one of the best conditioned little Suzuki SJs, nearly said Vitara then, Suzuki SJs, I would say available to buy today. Not just here, but I would say UK-wise, yeah. And that's this little girl there. Now I apologise for the dampness. We've just gone through some really damp weather, haven't we? And it does show, so I apologise in advance on that. That's not polish on the windscreen, that's just a bit of dampness. So there you go, the little Suzuki. That has been restored so sympathetically and so professionally that you initially think that's factory finish. You walk up and you think, hang on a minute, you're looking for all the clues to say it's been stripped down to a million bits and not quite put back together how the factory would intend. There aren't any. You stand here and you think, do you know what, it's got all the right bolts in all the right places, it hasn't got anything too shiny, hasn't got like a new bolt with a new washer. It's just a real cracking little car, that. And then you dig a little bit deeper, and I had to have it confirmed really by the vendor, who said, no, it's had a 30-odd thousand pound restoration. That is one of the nicest restorations I've seen in recent years. So nicely done that it makes you think, is that factory finish? You can't beat that. That is absolutely brilliant. The only slight little thing I'm amazed at, it's got a wooden gear knob, which is nothing, isn't it? But you think, could you perhaps not find like a black one or an original Suzuki one? Maybe you can't find them, I don't know. But when you've spent hours and thousands on it, I'd just finished off. I know it's just me being picky, and it's nothing, is it? It's you find yourself a gear knob, you screw it on, but so probably wasn't even worth mentioning. But I just opened the door, and the first thing you look at is the wooden gear knob, and you think, strange. But anyhow, forget that. That little Jeep is absolutely fantastic, and if that doesn't do really well on sale day, then I think I'll just give up, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think I'll call it a quits and go home. So that's one. I like that. That's really cracking. Just having a quick scoot around, because I was going to say the little Sunbeam, and I think I probably still will. Lotus Sunbeam, always popular, very, very sensibly priced, this car, guided, very sensible, with room for improvement, but he's left a big wedge of money to enable you to do that. Soft spot for these, not quite as much as some of the other stuff, which is a surprise really, because Sunbeam was my first car. Not a Lotus, unfortunately, not at 17, but a Talbot Sunbeam was my first car, which I put forest arches on, roll cage seats, all the rest of it, changed the engine, you name it, as you do. Still doing it now, aren't I, with Jack and the Escorts? There you go. So yeah, the ultimate Sunbeam is the Lotus Sunbeam. So that will do well, because it's a Lotus Sunbeam and it's dead sensible on the money. So I think that'll have to be the one that's caught my eye that I think will do real well on auction day. I'm just trying to think what's down in Unit 1 down there. So I think what I'll do now is I'll break off and we'll have a quick wander down to Unit 1, because I'm bound to have missed something. And I can't think what it is, so I'll see you back down there in Unit 1. I knew there was something, and I couldn't think what it was. Transit van. Yeah, transit van, look at that. Early transit van, long wheelbase, twin wheel. They released Swedish Fire Service or something or other. They released quite, I mean, what were they doing with these? They released quite a lot of these about 5 or 6 years ago, arguably too many. Sort of flooded the market a bit, really. But nonetheless, some were better than others. This is as good a one as I've seen, full stop. But yeah, what on earth were they doing, keeping Mark 1 Transits in store for donkey's years? But obviously they did. There you go. So, Transit. This one obviously is in the Cossack livery, rally livery, so obviously that's why it's a favourite for me, isn't it? Little V4 petrol, which was the engine they put in them, obviously. Lovely in there, just as God intended in there, even down to look the little period motorcraft stickers there on the rocker covers. Just lovely, just lovely. I said to Paul yesterday, he says, we ought to buy that. I said, what for? So we'll put a period rally car behind it and all the rest of it. He said, I'm not seeing it, Dave. I am. I think it's great, that. Yeah. The only slight downside to all of them, obviously, was the fact that the steering wheel was on this side. Not that side. Don't know whether you would change it or not. Obviously, it's doable. Of course it is. That's the only thing. I'm not a massive left-hand drive fan. Yeah, it'd be no good me in the World Rally scene, would I, in an R5 or a Rally 2, because they're all left-hand drive. So that's the only downside. But do you know what? I think you would have to put up with that because of all the other bonuses, all the other extras that are coming on board, i.e. the overall condition of the van. Now, I met the owner, collector, new brakes, new tyres, new suspension, you name it, he's done it. And he said, the underside, Dave, he said, is as good as the top side. And that's good enough for me because he knows a good car or van. And in the back, I think some came with seats, some were a bit of a crew van. This one is a bit of a blank canvas, really. So you've got whatever you want to do. So you can put yourself a bulkhead in there, have some seats there, make it a crew cab van, which I suppose you would, play it out. That's great. One-piece back door, so when it's pouring down, you stand here, don't you? Underneath your one-piece back door. Yeah, so that's a great extra piece of there. And just all round, just a really nice van. Just a really nice van, lovely, lovely. So that for sure is one of my favourites for the sale. And I'm thinking there was something else, but I genuinely can't remember what it was. We'll have a little wander down into Unit 1 here and just see if there's anything that takes my eye. Wasn't on the list, but how can you walk past a early Golf GTI in that condition without actually stopping and having a look? You can't, can you? Yeah, look at that. What a cracking little car. Yeah. Yeah, what a cracker. Lovely little early Golf GTI. Yeah. Would you know what? We're so lucky. Sale after sale, season after season, the quality of entry is increasing and increasing and increasing. And again, today we had a quick look round, didn't we? Unit 3 up there. We found some nice cars up there. There's some lovely cars down here again. Look at that. I mean, you're going to struggle to find a nicer Golf GTI. You're going to struggle like hell to find a nicer 110 Defender station wagon. You just aren't. So, yeah, just really lucky. We are very, very lucky. Yeah, E-Type. There's so many bits, isn't there? You can't walk past an E-Type without stopping and having a look, especially a nice one like that. I think these are great, little four-wheel drives. I did look into importing these at one point. I thought these would be a really good competitor for your Gators and your Mules and so forth. And they probably still would. But anyway, it came to nothing in the end. But little four-wheel drive versions of this, I mean, that's brilliant. What a user-friendly little thing that is. I mean a multitude of uses, especially on farm, hillside farming and stuff. I mean, that's great, is that, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Lovely. And then walking down, is there anything else that takes my eye? There's probably one of the lowest mileage Bentley GTs that we've had, and you're going to find 12,000 mile, I think, Bentley GT over there. I mean, there's just something for everyone, isn't there? We've got literally something for everyone. We've got pre-war cars, we've got 50s, 60s, 70s, we've got saloons, we've got tourers, we've got commercials. Yeah, we have yet again got a bit of something for everyone. So yeah, get yourself down during the viewing period, have a good look around. What you'll do is you'll come down looking for something and you'll go home with something completely different, I can assure you. Anyhow, I'll catch you next time.